lately?
You never know.
I don't troll.
Mr. Bungle. Here it is. Turn it up. Yeah. Go back to the beginning of the Mr. Bungle.
Oh, I want to hear Mr. Bungle. Do we start from the beginning?
Yeah,
start from the
Mr.
beginning,
Bungle.
Sam.
Well, actually, that's Pee-wee.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, right. There it is. Okay.
Brown said it was time for the children who ate in the cafeteria to go to lunch. She hoped there weren't any Mr. Bungles in this room. Phil almost walked past the boys' room, but he stopped and thought. Were his hands clean?
Ugh.
No, they were a little dirty.
He's stopping
Phil
outside.
remembered that Mr. Bungle didn't wash his
Mr.
hands.
Bungle.
Bill.
Mr. Bungle's hair was messy, too. Phil didn't want to be like Mr.
His
Bungle.
hair is like... He's got a crew cut.
Young Bill Tetley going to the
Inside the
bathroom.
boys' room, Phil was surprised to see some of his friends washing their hands,
By the
too.
glory hole.
Phil washed his hands well, with lots of soap.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Jesus, wasteful, Bill. Jesus. What's on shit in your hand?
And he rinsed the soap off.
Well, that's how you wash your hands, dummy.
Yeah, exactly.
These
Phil
Aryan
dried his
children.
hands
He
well,
dried them in the hair of a Negro angrily.
He threw the paper towel in the basket where it belonged. And then he made sure that his hair looked neat.
He's not doing anything. He's got a crew cut. He's combing his nothing.
Now, Phil and his friends were ready for lunch.
Yeah.
Now you touch the dirty doorknob. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Four blonde, gray kids. They stomped a Jew on the way down the hallway and kicked him in his acidic face.
There was a line of children waiting to get into the lunchroom when Phil got there.
Yeah.
He saw some boys he knew at the front of the line.
Uh-oh.
They waved for him to go up to the front with them. But Phil didn't want to break into line as Mr. Bungle did. So Phil went to the end. That was the fair thing to do.
That was the
He put
fair.
his knife, fork, and spoon neatly
We all want
on
to
the
be
tray.
Mr. Bungle.
Yes.
And then he slid his tray along.
Bill tried to cut the line and got shanked like in prison.
He always enjoyed looking at the good food in the cafeteria. It tasted good and was good for him, too.
Love propaganda.
Instead of having a sandwich today, Phil decided to take the hot lunch.
Ugh. A slice of meat.
Phil took some bread and butter, too. And he knew what else he wanted.
A heart attack when he was 40.
Alice took the last carton on the tray. Maybe there was more milk. So he said, "May I please have some milk?" Phil remembered to say, "May I?" and "please." That was very polite. Yes, there was more milk.
The Negro brought it out to him.
Yes.
Phil remembered to say, "Thank you," when he took the carton of milk.
Yeah.
And presented his free
Phil
lunch
had good
card
manners.
because his father's an
He didn't want
alcoholic.
to be like
Cannot
Mr.
work.
Bungle in the lunchroom. Phil didn't want to forget his dessert. The cake looked delicious.
It's giant.
At the end of the line, the lunchroom supervisor said she had noticed how polite Phil was.
Yes.
And she smiled at him.
Yeah, but
And how
You
Mr.
wouldn't
Erock
smile
took
at a
5
Mr.
slices of cake and left the
Phil
meatloaf.
went to the table where his friends were. He put his tray down
Where's
carefully,
a smile going to get you in
pulled
this
out
world?
his chair
Yeah.
quietly,
Oh, quietly.
and sat down. He knew his friends wouldn't like a noisy Mr. Bungle at their table.
That's right.
There was someone Phil liked, Freddie.
Freddie
Phil
dealt
noticed how
drugs.
straight and tall Freddie usually sat.
Freddie looks
Freddie kept his feet
constipated.
on the floor, too.
Yes.
Freddie.
Freddie is punched
Phil
in the
would rather
chest
be
by his
like
father when he
Freddie
makes
than like
noise,
Mr. Bungle.
like coughing at the table.
Another polite person everyone liked was Alice.
Another little blonde.
Alice is
For
going
example,
bald
when
at
Alice
7.
sneezed, she covered her mouth and nose. This protected her friends at the table from any germs.
Another blonde kid.
While
Nice.
Phil and his friends ate, a boy ran past their
Look,
table.
see, look at the evil
You
kid.
shouldn't
Brown
run in the
hair.
lunchroom. Only Mr. Bungle would do that.
Yeah, he's got dark hair. He looks all fucking.
His
Phil
friend
and
was
his friends
choking. He was
wouldn't
going
like
to get
have
help.
him.
His friend died because he walked.
Then lunchtime wouldn't be as much fun as it is.
Oh, brother.
Pee-wee goes, "Is that a big piece of cake or what?"
Really?
Yeah. He comes right back and goes, "Is that a big piece of cake or what?"
That's horrible.
Mr. Bungle. That taught the kids back then.
Yes.
That was like a fucking film you'd watch in school.
And the only thing worse than Mr. Bungle is Mr. Jungle, as in Bunny. We don't want him at our table, do we?
You didn't see one African-American child.
There wasn't one Italian in the room.
Nothing. No diversity whatsoever.
No.
Just white kids.
It's Mr. Bungle on YouTube. Everybody wants to check it out now.
Yes.
So.
Mr. Bungle.
The children of Hitler and Goebbels eat big pieces of cake and meatloaf.
Now, the sun is coming up down the hall, and I think our light's just as bright. Look.
Yeah, you can still
Actually, our
see.
light's still brighter than the actual sun coming up.
It's brighter than the sun.
We're going to break. Jimmy's back, and I heard you guys got some great stuff from Comic-Con.
We had a good time.
So I want to hear all about it.
Enjoyed it.
I'm going to sit up straight and
Yes.
quietly eat my sandwich.
Eat your sandwich. Don't be a Mr. Bungle and make noise.
Mr. Bungle got the wrong lights.
I have to go to the restroom. I don't want to be a Mr. Bungle and peek at the genitals of the boy next to me. I'm a good boy, and I look straight ahead.
Jimmy's a Mr. Bungle.
Only a Mr. Bungle is curious about the genital size of his friends and coworkers. Only a Mr. Bungle goes psst while urinating.
Jimmy Bungle put his foot underneath the stall and tapped it lightly, trying to get the attention of the man next to him.
A Mr. Bungle keeps the urinal nice and clean. He doesn't bring a drill from outside and make a hole for other boys to put their genitals through. Mr. Bungle would... Wait, Mr. Bungle does do that. Jimmy doesn't. Freudian slip. I said
Whoops.
Mr. Bungle doesn't fucking...
No, Jimmy does.
Yes. I'm tired.